Oh,
Hey, thank
not at
you
all.
very much for that, Kim. And DJ, what a series 3-0 as we see the camera of JVL here. We'll get to an interview with him in a second. Um, DJ, take us through that last game real quick.
I mean, JVL, you could take us through that last game. You picked up the you and Signify were really just trying to like follow through on the pre-show here. With we got the Bard, we got the Yone. What was going on?
Yeah, I mean, I got to pick the Yone. Wasn't exactly my best performance ever, but I was able to take the backseat. As soon as Alistair got the early kill on Tristana bot lane, I kind of knew it was just a wrap, honestly. I mean, how confident Alistair is playing when he's ahead, and our comp was just so easy to execute, really, with how much engage we had and follow up and one shot. Like, it just didn't really have a window, I think, to look for anything that game.
Yeah, and obviously you popped off in the first two games, were kind of the solo carry in both of those situations. This third game, all going to Alistair, and that speaks a lot to the depth of your roster. So Alistair obviously coming back after being out last season with Waffle Wheel was your ADC then. How does it
Mhm.
feel to have Alistair back on the team?
Oh, I'm so glad to have Alistair back, honestly. Like, Waffle's great, but Alistair, his champ pool is a lot deeper than Waffle's. I think because we've played with Alistair so much in the past and we know him so well personally, it's just really, really easy to have him just slot back into the roster and kind of go back to doing what Alistair does. So, yeah, it's definitely a nice breath of fresh air to have Alistair back on the team.
And so moving on, starting game number one. Obviously, that Lucian you got really fed really quickly, and that turned into a bit of a stomp. So we can kind of pass that game. Game number
Okay.
two looked a little bit dicey there.
Yeah.
After you guys got an early lead, what was going through your head?
I think it was the first dragon fight where we kind of got grouped up in one shot and we got behind a little bit for the first time in the series. Overall, I mean, it was a little, I wouldn't say nerve wracking, but it was a little kind of like reality check, for the series itself. But as soon as we identified what their comp does and their only win condition is all of us grouping up and them getting a massive Ziggs recon engage, things like us starting the dragon first, so we have to be clumped up. I think as soon as we identified like our both comps win conditions and what was necessary that game, then we kind of just took over from there.
DJ?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly seemed like it, right? Signify had a lot of good engages in that game, but once the fights broke down in the mid game, you guys were the ones cleaning house. You in particular, that LeBlanc was quite nice to see, right? I was looking for the picks over the wall LeBlanc, but now, man, you were Coliseum LeBlanc in that one, just like slipping back in, getting kill after kill. So, I guess week two, right? I know you expected this win
Hmm.
with your performance, kind of showed it. You posted before the game, this is a 3-0 coming in, and
Yep.
what kind of leads to that expectation? I think that the way I put it is, you guys have such a breadth of experience over a roster like MGI. Is this for them? Is this a roster that could be feared later on in the season, or are you guys just always going to be like too coordinated, too skilled, to ever be challenged by a roster like this?
I think if we didn't 3-0 tonight, it would have been upsetting for me and probably other people on the team. I think obviously getting the bye week 1, it was kind of, okay, we got to show up week 2. And if we didn't get the 3-0, yeah, like I said, it would have been a little upsetting. So, I mean, I'm glad we could get the 3-0. I think that yeah, I mean, things are just really natural for us right now as a five man, especially Yoshi being able to slot into the jungle when we need him. It's so easy to just go back to how much coordination and synergy that we've built up in the past. So I would say that for a team like MG and Fusion to really threaten us, I think they would have to make leaps and bounds where we were probably maybe getting what's the right word? Uh
Placement or something like that?
Complacent, yeah. We would have to get complacent, and they would have to make pretty big leaps, I think, for them to really threaten us.
And I guess that moves us on. Who of all the teams in the league are you maybe not the most scared of, but the most excited to face?
Yeah. Well, there's 2 AoE teams. I really don't know the difference between them right now, you know? I
And
know
neither
Paxac.
neither did Nick, I think, at the start of the show.
It's
What?
hard.
What? AoE Unleashed has pack sacks. AoE Hope
Yeah.
was 3-0 last week.
Y Yeah,
There you
Paxac
go.
is
Sorry,
obviously
Nick.
a
Sorry.
solid player. I haven't really I wouldn't say we're scared of any team, honestly. I think the fact that there's not any other returning teams from last split that we really know kind of maybe gives us some false confidence, but overall, I think we're just gonna have to see how it plays out in the upcoming weeks, but I think we're all definitely confident no matter who we go up against. I think we can 3-0.
You 3-0 anyone in the league. Is that? Can I quote you on
Yeah.
that?
Oh, you can
Okay.
quote me.
We're on record. Any 2-1s are immediately
Oh,
null
no.
and void, and JVL's a liar.
Oh,
We
no.
are done
We
with the
can
interview for
3-0.
now.
We
Thank
can.
you very much for joining us, and that's all the time we have for the production tonight. So from everyone here at Excellency, our admins, production crew, Maker, our producers tonight, I'm DJ. That's been Cam. That has been DJ,
DJ.
and we will see
Yes.
you next week.